Well, good afternoon, everyone. This is Patricia, and I am traveling for history. Today is Friday, June 18, 2021, and this Sunday is Father's Day. So I'm sitting here just outside the Cremation garden at Lakeview Cemetery, Burlington, Vermont, where my father's cremains are buried. In fact, I've done a video on this already, so I'll include that link in the description below. I thought I would share another personal story with my dad, about my dad and me. In 2014, in the morning, I was getting ready for work. You know how that goes. Jump in the shower, get dressed, and all that good stuff. I realized I'd missed a call, and I looked at the number and thought, well, that's a Massachusetts number, but I don't know what that would be. I hadn't listened to the message quite yet, and even when I did listen to the message, I thought, let me just confirm this, because we know there are scammers all over the place. So I Googled it, and sure enough, it was a hospital number, same hospital as the person on the phone said they were calling from. And there was actually a doctor by that name who worked there. Message was, I'm Dr. Yada Yada. Your father's here in the hospital. He gave us your number. He needs you. Please come. That's not really a call anybody wants to get. Called my day job and let them know the phone call I'd gotten and that I was going to go to Massachusetts that day. So if they could cancel my appointments, that'd be fantastic, which they did. And they wished me well. And then I contacted my boss for my night job. Told him the same thing. He told me, do what you have to do. Your job is safe. Don't worry about it. Just take care of your family, because that's what's important. I have to say, it took me a good long time to leave, because admittedly, I just had bouts of crying all day, and who wants to drive under that condition? So when I finally got myself together, I left. Hit plenty of traffic. Plenty in Vermont, plenty in New Hampshire, plenty in Massachusetts. But what I will say, because Dad lived outside of Boston, although this hospital was 2 cities over from where he lived, say what you want about Boston traffic, but each time I had my turn signal on, trying to get to an exit, people let me in. Even bumper-to-bumper traffic, people would leave the space so I could get in. Thank you, Boston drivers. Really appreciated that. When I finally got to the hospital, it was about 11 at night. But regardless of that, the social worker came to see me. It was the doctor. I think it was a social worker. She explained that Dad had come in. He had been, he'd gotten sick on himself. He had vomited on himself. He seemed to have Alzheimer's or dementia. They weren't sure which. And they weren't going to do any tests, but they also thought he had cancer. Understand that Dad was 88 at the time. So they didn't do any tests on him. Next day I met with the doctor, saw Dad. Holy cow. I mean, he looked so small in that hospital bed. Understand also that my father never got any taller than 5'6". He was a scrappy little guy. But still, he looked so small in that hospital bed. I saw him in action when the hospital staff went to do something to him during the day, next day, that he acted like a 2-year-old having what appeared to be a temper tantrum. He was flailing his arms. He was kicking his heels into the bed. He was saying, no, 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 no. It was stunning. This is not the behavior of an adult, but it was in this case. I took him home. The day after that, they released him. So I took him back to his apartment. I mentioned it was his apartment of 40 years. It was his apartment of 39 years at that point. I was able to talk to the police officer who had pulled him over. Dad had told me that the night that he was taken to the hospital was the worst night of his life. That he had gone for a drive. And I mean, my father had always gone for drives. Always, always, always. It was his favorite thing to do. And although he had lived in Massachusetts for over 40 years, just that one apartment for 40 years, and he was only 2 cities over, he couldn't find his way back. I can't imagine how scary that would have been. So he stopped at the gas station to get directions. He pulled out onto Route 9, which is a very busy thoroughfare. But he turned the wrong way onto the one-way. It's 2 lanes on each side, each going one way. And he pulled the wrong way. So, this I think it was a state trooper, saw this, pulled him over. Dad got sick, and the officer wasn't sure if Dad were dehydrated or what was going on with him. I have to thank that officer, though, because the state trooper, rather. I have to thank him because he has had the right to have Dad's license revoked, driver's license revoked, because he was a danger on the road. Good call. That started a 1.5 year journey with him. I'm going to leave it at that. I really just wanted to share that bit. But I hope you enjoy Father's Day, wherever your father happens to be. Mine is here at Lakeview Cemetery. So you have a great afternoon. It's sprinkling here. Of course it's sprinkling here. I got my car washed. Never fails. Anyhow, you have a great afternoon, and I shall see you in the next one. Have a great day. Bye.